What I witnessed today at Metro Supermarket left me completely speechless. A grown man, probably in his 30s, verbally abusing his elderly mother over something as simple as choosing the wrong brand of cereal. The way he spoke to her, the public humiliation. But what happened next changed everything. The look on his face when he discovered who I really was, priceless. You'll want to see his reaction when I revealed my true identity and the lesson that followed. This might be the most powerful confrontation we've ever filmed. Before we dive deeper into today's powerful encounter, make sure to grab your copy of The Secret of the Wealthy, 7 Steps to Financial Abundance, the special guide that can transform your financial reality while teaching you the spiritual principles that lead to true wealth. You'll find it in the first pinned comment or in the video description. If you're new to our channel, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our social experiments that reveal people's true character. Now, let's get into what happened today at Metro Supermarket that left everyone in awe. Today started like any other day. I was shopping at Metro Supermarket in my usual disguise. Simple clothes, nothing flashy, looking like an average person going about their day. I believe that's when you see people's true colors, when they have no idea who you really are. As I always say, the true wealth is in who you are when nobody's watching. I was in the cereal aisle when I heard a commotion a few feet away. A man, let's call him Richard, was berating an elderly woman who appeared to be his mother. His voice was loud, harsh, and completely inappropriate for speaking to anyone, let alone the woman who raised him. "I told you to get the protein cereal, not this sugary garbage," he snapped at her. "Can't you do anything right? This is why I don't bring you shopping. You're wasting my time." The poor woman looked mortified. She must have been in her 70s, frail, and clearly hurt by his words. She kept apologizing, trying to take the box back to exchange it, but he continued his tirade, complaining about how she always messes things up and how he has to do everything himself. What made it worse was how public this humiliation was. Other shoppers were clearly uncomfortable, some giving disapproving looks, others pretending not to notice. But no one was stepping in. That's when I knew I needed to intervene. Don't forget to check out The Secret of the Wealthy, 7 Steps to Financial Abundance, the life-changing guide that reveals how true prosperity begins with how you treat others, especially those who raised you. Get your copy through the link in the description. I approached them casually, pretending to be interested in the same cereal section. I picked up the protein cereal he had mentioned and said, "Excuse me, I couldn't help overhearing. I've tried this brand before and, honestly, it tastes terrible. Your mother might have saved you from a bad purchase." Richard looked at me with shock and immediate hostility. "Mind your own business," he snapped. "I wish I could," I replied calmly. "But when someone treats their mother this way in public, it becomes everyone's business." His mother looked embarrassed. "Please, it's fine. Don't worry about it," she said softly. I turned to her with a gentle smile. "Ma'am, it's not fine. No one deserves to be spoken to that way, especially not by their child." Richard stepped between us. "Who do you think you are? Some kind of moral police? You don't know anything about our situation." "You're right," I agreed. "I don't know your specific situation, but I know that there is never a justification for treating your mother with such disrespect in public or private." By this point, a small crowd had gathered, sensing the confrontation. Richard was becoming increasingly agitated, but I remained calm. "Look," I continued, "I grew up watching my mother work 3 jobs to support me. She sacrificed everything so I could have opportunities. I'm guessing your mother made sacrifices for you too." His mother nodded slightly, tears forming in her eyes. "What's your name, ma'am?" I asked her. "Margaret," she replied quietly. "Margaret, may I ask how many hours you were in labor with your son?" She seemed surprised by the question, but answered, "Almost 20 hours. It was a difficult birth." I turned to Richard. 20 hours of excruciating pain to bring you into this world. How many sleepless nights followed? How many times did she put your needs before her own? And this is how you repay that debt? Over a box of cereal? If you're finding value in this encounter, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to MR Millionaire. Our channel is dedicated to revealing these important life lessons and rewarding those with genuine hearts. Richard was fuming now. "You have no right to lecture me. Who even are you? Some random guy in a supermarket trying to act important?" This was my cue. I reached into my pocket and pulled out my business card, the one with my real identity. I handed it to him. "My name is Mr. Millionaire. I run social experiments to test people's character when they think no one important is watching. Today, you failed that test spectacularly." His face changed as he recognized my name. I'm well known in this community for my philanthropy and social media presence. My team, who had been filming discreetly, now approached with cameras. "This was a test?" Richard asked, suddenly looking very different, smaller somehow. "Life is always testing us," I replied, "especially in how we treat those who can do nothing for us in return. Though in your mother's case, she's already done everything for you." I turned to Margaret. "Margaret, would you allow me to take you shopping today? I'd be honored to help you pick out whatever groceries you need, and perhaps we could have a coffee afterward. I'd love to hear stories about raising this son of yours. The good memories, I mean." Margaret looked stunned but nodded gratefully. "Make sure to grab your copy of The Secret of the Wealthy, 7 Steps to Financial Abundance, where you'll learn that true wealth begins with gratitude for those who sacrificed to give you your start in life. Find it in the pinned comment or description below." Richard was now visibly uncomfortable, especially as other shoppers began to recognize me and take out their phones. "Wait, you're that millionaire who does the good deeds on YouTube?" someone asked. I nodded. "But today isn't about good deeds. It's about basic human decency." I turned back to Richard. "Here's what's going to happen now. I'm going to take your mother shopping, and you're going to go home and think about the way you behaved today. Then you're going to call her tonight and apologize. Not because I told you to, but because it's what a man with integrity would do." Richard looked at his mother, then at me, then at the crowd that had gathered. For the first time I saw shame in his eyes, the beginning of awareness. "Margaret," I said, "would you mind sharing with us? Does Richard behave this way often?" She hesitated, protective of her son even now. He's under a lot of stress. His job, his divorce, it's been hard on him." "I understand stress," I replied. "Before I found success, I lived in my car for 6 months. I ate ramen noodles for weeks straight. But stress isn't an excuse to mistreat the people who love us most." I looked Richard directly in the eyes. "Everyone in this store is going through something. That woman over there? She might have just received a cancer diagnosis. That man by the fruit. He could be working 3 jobs to make ends meet. We're all carrying burdens, but we choose how to carry them and how to treat others while we do." Richard finally spoke, his voice quieter now. I'm sorry, Mom. He's right. That was way out of line." It wasn't a perfect apology, but it was a start. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe to the MR Millionaire channel right now. We expose these raw human moments and try to make a difference, one interaction at a time. I took Margaret shopping as promised. During our time together, I learned that Richard had once been a kind, thoughtful son. His recent divorce and job struggles had changed him, turned him bitter. She worried about him but didn't know how to help. After we finished shopping, which I insisted on paying for, I had another surprise. I'd arranged for a family counselor colleague of mine to meet us. I offered to pay for 6 months of family counseling for Margaret and Richard. No strings attached. "Sometimes we need help remembering who we really are," I told her, "and who we want to be." When Richard came to pick up his mother later, he was a different person, humbled, quieter. I took him aside for a moment. "The true wealth is in who you are when nobody's watching," I told him, "but also in how you treat those who gave you everything. Your mother won't be here forever. Don't waste these precious days with her." I handed him my card with the counselor's information. "This isn't charity," I said. "It's an investment in the man I think you can be again." Surprisingly, he took it and thanked me. 3 weeks later, I received a video message from Margaret. She and Richard had attended 2 counseling sessions already. She filmed him making dinner for her, something he hadn't done in years. He spoke to the camera briefly, thanking me for the wake-up call and saying he was working on himself. That's why I do what I do. Sometimes people just need a mirror held up to see what they've become, and sometimes they need to be reminded of what truly matters before it's too late. Don't forget to get your copy of The Secret of the Wealthy: 7 Steps to Financial Abundance, where you'll discover that your relationships are your true net worth. Find it through the link in the description. This experience reminded me that wealth isn't just about money in the bank. It's about the richness of our connections, the way we honor those who gave us life, and how we handle ourselves in our darkest moments. Margaret and Richard's story is still being written. But I believe that day in the supermarket was a turning point. A moment when a son remembered the mother who had always loved him, and a mother received the respect she had always deserved. Remember, the true wealth is in who you are when nobody's watching. Choose to be someone who makes those who love you proud, whether cameras are rolling or not. If this video touched your heart today, please hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and share this video with someone who needs to hear this message. Sometimes the most important changes start with a simple reminder of who we really want to be. Until next time, treat your loved ones like the treasures they are. That's true wealth.